This is the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove and Corey Gentry. Billy and Corey are innovative leaders in the industry and love teaching others how to build quality fence. So sit down, grab a cold beverage, and get ready to talk about fence. Today's show is sponsored by Mr. Fence Academy. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. Real fencers, real job sites, real training equals real results. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove, and co-host Corey Gentry.
What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing on this wonderful Tuesday? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Fence Fam, all of that, guys.
So many now.
Yeah, heck yeah, man, heck yeah. Like I hope everybody's had a wonderful week since we've last spoke. Before we get into anything, we do have to thank our sponsors first and foremost, Mr. Fence Academy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Miss Sean King, you the man. I actually texted him earlier today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Second, National Metal Industries, Mr. Mike Levy. Thank you as well. And third, brand new one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, wait a minute. I've got the air horn.
I'll say you got that fancy board.
The Fence and Deck Agency is a website and SEO company, and they are the newest sponsor to the edition of Gatekeepers Podcast sponsors. And we thank you as much as we thank everybody else. Can't wait to
continue this partnership.
Continue the partnership. Put the commercial on the air tonight.
Absolutely.
Super pumped about it. But man, how was your past week this week, dude?
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. Hot as hell. Oh my God, dude. Today was like ridiculously hot outside. Like I looked like I jumped in a swimming pool after about 30 minutes on the job site. It was
it was a heat advisory outside.
It was, man. Dude, it was 95 degrees outside and it felt like 107. And bro, like we went through 34 bottles of water between the two of us today.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
34 bottles of water.
And don't forget the Pedialyte that I brought up.
Pedialyte, and then we also drank probably a quarter gallon of like pickle juice between the two of us because there's no longer any juice. It's just full of pickles in the jar. But we're gonna go ahead and throw some comments up. And we got first and foremost, my son says, "I'm the first." Ha ha ha. Hey buddy, miss you. Can't wait to see you. Hope you're having fun over at your mom's. All right, love you, man. We got Miss Susan K. Worley. Hey, y'all. Hey, Susan. How are you?
Miss Susan. What up, boo-boo?
We got Michaela Patterson. Hey, guys. What is going on, Michaela? How are you, sir? Ma'am. What the hell? I was looking at Mike's thing.
Yeah, okay.
I was looking at Mike's comment. Mr. Mike Levy. How are you, sir? Thank you again, as always. Michaela says, "Ooh, it was 99 out here in Colorado. No cloud coverage. Miserable for our crew." Oh God, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, you know what? You know what?
Y'all were into, even though there was coverage, the humidity from all the fallen leaves and all the moisture that was locked into that soil. That backyard was stupid hot,
Dude, I got a PSA for all my inside workers. We don't want to hear how hot it is outside. Okay. We don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear. All I want you to say is be safe and drink water. Okay. Don't tell me how hot it is because I already know how hot it is whenever you sitting in the AC. All right.
Oh man. It's so funny. Because my day is always wild. You know what I mean? I never know where I'm gonna be from day to day. And like today, my adventure took me to Mobile and back, right? And that was pretty cool. I actually got met up with a couple of their fence guys in Mobile just on the whim.
Mr. Eric C. Boynton.
Mr. Eric, met up with him, and God, I forget the other guy's name. I got his car in the truck, and it's so funny. Just everywhere you go, you hear people talking about how I'm just an echo of my thing, how hot it is, and it's like, man, it's time. No, I'm not talking about Eric and them. I'm talking about everybody else in passing.
Oh God, yeah. It's like, dude, you don't even know, bro. Wait till you feel like you jumped in a swimming pool, but you ain't jumped in a swimming pool yet. But all right, man. Weekly wins, bro. Weekly wins. We got to get back on this. What's a weekly win we've had for this week? Oh,
Sales.
let there be light.
Let there be light. We got to get with our landlord about getting better lighting.
Yeah. I was like, oh, one of the lights turned on by themselves.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
But
man, weekly wins. I would honestly say, just the drive of vinyl sales that we've been having is a solid win. We've closed a lot of vinyl these last 2 weeks, and that's been awesome. Vinyl is one of our favorite fences to install. It's got solid profit margins in it. It's very quick in and out, and like the no dig no bet system makes that awesome. So we've been really pushing hard, wanting to get those better installs, and then we've been landing a lot of them left and right here lately. So just want to keep manifesting that and keep it going and going, and man, just keeps getting more of those. How about you, brother? What was a good weekly win for you?
My weekly win was my Father's Day present. That was late, but very well. Awesome. Awesomeness. Bro, I got a portable fillet table with a sink and a cutting board, and it can fold up and go right back inside whenever I'm done. And the water hose hooks right up to it. I was like, man, that's badass. Saturday after you left, she's like, we need to go to Bass Pro Shop. I was like, what?
That's a 45-minute drive.
I was like, what? We need to go to Bass Pro Shop. I was like, of course I'm gonna be down, but like, why do we need a Bass Pro Shop? I can just go to Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle. She was like, we just have to go to Bass Pro Shop. I was like, okay, all right, cool. We're going.
And I love Amanda to death, but I mean, like, that would not be what I would expect to hear her. Like her first choice to do on a Saturday. Hey, let's get coffee and go to Bass Pro. Ma'am, what?
Yeah. So that's what's like that's what we did. And she was like, go to the fishing section. I was like, all right, cool. So we went to the fishing section, and sure enough, she had found a fillet table and picked it out and just didn't want to pay for the shipping. She was like, it's a 45-minute drive. We can go get it and we can make a day out of it. I was like, all right. Okay.
Did y'all eat over there in Daphne too?
Yeah. We had at Boomhauer's. I don't know how to pronounce it. It was like a sports bar and grill, but they had some pretty damn good food. Very nice bartender. We went in there during the day. It was just kind of our little thing. And
I've never been there, but there's a banging Cajun restaurant right on the bay, on the south of I-10, right there. I think it's Boudreaux's or some shit like that.
Yep.
And you can go out and sit over the canopy dock. If you catch it right at sunset, man, overlooking Mobile Bay, dude, that's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, man. But anybody who actually really knows me knows I love fishing, and my wonderful wife, caught me filleting fish on the my cooler, and apparently she was like, "I will have no more of that."
Oh yeah, well, that's what coolers are made for. The comment goes right there.
Billy, you bougie? That. I am bougie. I do have very expensive fishing gear. Very expensive. But hey guys, without further ado, we got Mr. Shane Catton on. Yes. We are going to be talking about growing pains in your fence business, real life stuff, and we're going to go ahead and bring him on and just get straight to it, guys.
Mr. Shane Catton,
what's going on, buddy? Nope, can't hear you again, man. I guess we really should have done the check.
No, that was me. I accidentally hit mute. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, bro. I was like, no. We even knocked on wood on that. Like we were like, all right, we got Shane on. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot. I forgot my shop keys. Y'all
are over talking each other big time.
Yeah.
No, you got me thinking about the ocean and the water and sunsets over the water now. I need to hit a beach sometime.
Oh, dude,
bro, check this out. You gotta add me on Snapchat, because my drive over the bay coming over here every Tuesday, it is of why I've never moved. I was born and raised here in Pensacola. Coming across the bridge, because I live in the next county over. Coming across the bridge
at night.
At sunset, at this time, is just, man, the sun is setting off to the west over the bayou down by the river, and like it is, oh man, it's gorgeous, man. It's just, and so you gotta have me on Snapchat, man. I take pictures of it all the time.
Hell yeah.
It reminds me of why I live here.
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to. Never been to Pensacola, so maybe.
Oh man, you should come check us out.
Solid crime rate, but you know.
We might
He'll
just
have
be
that
the top
anyway.
5 most violent small cities in America, but you know, it's
That's
okay.
what they keep out the news, whatever.
It's okay.
But that's what we call home. So
Yeah,
That's what we call
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey, Mr. Shane, we're gonna request something from you. Give us a weekly win you've had in your personal life or your company for your past week.
ooh, weekly win.
What's
I got a
something you're proud
winning
of?
team, number one. I'm gonna try to dial in on one real quick. Weekly win, even though it was kind of last week, but it ended up trickling into this week. We sold a really big dog park kennel kind of place. It's like $260,000 dog park. It's like wood and chain link and gates and operators and enclosures and all kinds of stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's I actually bid the job and was out there and was checking it out with everybody. And we were actually they were like, "Hey, can you start on it in 2 weeks?" And we're like, yeah.
No.
So I mean, okay, now you have to go to the Rolodex. Who am I going to piss off today? So, but
right.
it's
I like
Susan.
how
I'm
you
at
said
the
Rolodex, like
yeah. No, so it's been good.
Are
We
you
got,
at the
good
DFW
sales for the
airport?
month. Yeah, I know. I'm in Terminal C right now. I'll do the other half of this
Yeah.
podcast. See, I still haven't nobody will let me let that thing down. I'm actually going back to Texas here like for July 4th weekend, and I don't want to say I'm going to get stuck in the airport again, but if I do, there's probably going to be another 55 memes of me for the next 4 weeks. So if you need me, me and American Airlines are having a fist fight. So,
Heck yeah.
but no, it's been good. Solid sales. It's been hot. You said it was hot down by you, and Colorado said it's hot. It was like almost 100 degrees this week a couple times, and last week was sweating. Like we were getting everybody ice and drinks and all that stuff, which I always got pallets of water laying around, but hooking people up with a little bit extra and stuff like that. Little thank you, little
Heck
stay.
yeah, man.
Stay
We've been going through water, pickle juice, and Pedialyte beverages like it's going out of style down here, man.
pickle juice. I haven't
oh
given
man,
the
you
cruise
don't
pickle
work in the
juice.
sun if you don't- Oh, you don't work in the sun if you don't drink pickle juice.
Oh, dude. Pickle juice is a immediate lifesaver.
100%.
Immediate lifesaver, man. It could bring you out of a full cramp mode with just 2 ounces of pickle juice in about 2 minutes. It's absolute lifesaver down here.
Noted. Everybody's getting pickle juice tomorrow.
There we go.
Yes, absolutely. He doesn't even like pickles.
I cannot stand pickles.
He doesn't eat them,
Mm-mm.
but he'll drink the
It's
pickle.
weird. You're weird, bro.
Yeah. I know I am, but I mean, I will drink the hell out of some like pickle juice in the summertime, though.
That's fine.
Absolutely will.
You ever had pickle juice moonshine?
Yeah, it's great. I've had like pickleback with like whiskey shots and all that stuff. Back whenever I was
Hell yeah.
a liquor drinker.
Mr. Bartender over here.
Oh yeah, ex-bartender, and no more liquor for me. Only in very, 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 very small amounts. But yeah. You want to go ahead and take the first topic there, Corey?
Absolutely, boss man. So we have a list of topics we want to hit, kind of go over with you tonight for everybody that's listening. Man, our first one we want to dive into scaling your business correctly through the different $1 million amounts of revenue per year. So basically, that's the topic in general. That's not really necessarily the question, but the question is, what have you found that has helped you the most as you've been scaling, as you've been growing, as you've been going through, and what have you found that's been the most implemental thing that you've done for your business as you've gotten into those big seven figures? That sounds wild.
Oh man, that's like a multi-part question and answer. I mean, I would say, talking to other people in the industry. I just like this week alone, I've probably talked to 4 or 5 other fence company owners throughout the nation, everywhere from Minnesota to Indiana to Wyoming, down to Texas, and some I've never talked to before that other fencers connected me with them, and just sharing ideas and bringing on business coaches and people that have done this stuff before. They've fallen on their face. They've lost these jobs. They've misbid, whatever that may be, right? Or they've said, okay, hey, I've taken the business from, the classic is, the 0 to 1 million mark, right? And it's the 1 million to 5 million, some people look at 1 to 3, 3 to 5. I say it's 0 to 1, 1 to 5, 5 to 10, going from there, right? But I would say networking and talking to people, and I know some of our other topics are talking about training and stuff like that, but bringing other people in, sending your team out to training, right? I was recently elected for the American Defense Association chapter president for Kentucky and Indiana, and we had our first meeting under my regime, if you will, and we had over 50 people at the first chapter meeting, and there was a lot of people that hadn't met people before that were allowed. They were sharing ideas and different things like that, and learning and growing from each other. So I think that right there is probably one of the most critical things is know your market, know your industry, and connect with those people that will help you and guide you to those next levels, right? I mean, a lot of people know that I was not a fencer by trade.
Absolutely.
I think there's about 50% of us out there that stumbled into some of these roles or stumbled into company ownership or whatever. And there's people that have been doing it years before us and everything like that. And so having those extremely important conversations of, okay, what did you do here? How did you do this, right? How did you, for example, I just recently restructured, kind of our, I wouldn't say business.
You're breaking up.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm breaking up. That's weird. I was
Now
just
we
saying,
can.
Yeah, you're just coming in.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. I paid my Wi-Fi
Yeah,
bill.
yeah, I'm with you though.
But we just recently restructured our bylaws. And I was talking to some company owners this week and last week that had restructured theirs and just kind of setting that stuff up in place. Obviously as partners, as the business grow, succession planning. What happens if one of us go down with American Airlines or something? Like, how's the business set up for success, on down the line? So I think a lot of that stuff is important. Talking to people, making friends in the industry, and asking, hey, what did you do in this situation? Or what did you do to take your business to 5 million or from 5 million to 10 million, because, that's my next goal is 10 million. So it's like, okay, how do I go from this to this? Because, you got to be thinking about your business, and you got to be structuring it as 5 years on down the line. Right. So I think that's been extremely critical about people, processes, plans, right?
These procedures, all that.
Yeah. Having the right procedures in the right place, succession planning and all that stuff. Right. So
what would you say would be one of the best new policies that you put into place that was a solid, game changer for you guys? What was that one? Okay, this is okay. What was you say when you're saying your next benchmark is going to that 10 million mark? With that being said, what was that big thing that kind of gave you that push from 1 to 5? What was that big? Okay, this is what I got to do now. What was that switch that flipped?
I would say the big switch that flipped, honestly, being blunt, like, we had some processes in place, right? Okay, yeah, pull the material here, do this, stage it here, kind of whatever, right? But being more accurate in our job folders, right? The information that we're pulling out, what the sales team need to be doing to support the install crews, the install support in the shop, right?
Absolutely.
I've completely reorganized my entire yard. Everything's labeled, everything is nice and neat, so we can see a lot of that stuff. Job folders are more systematic. Some people know, some people may not know, Jacob and I jumped in the business from corporate America, but his father originally had the business. Chad ran it from 96 to 05. Long story short, ended up leaving the industry, owned car lots and stuff, and then came back in 2019. Well, when we came back in, it's kind of like the Three Musketeers, And it's easy for a lot of us to overstep in other areas. You know, the gate weld shop comes to me and they're like, well, what should we be doing here? What's going on here? And then I just say, you know, I don't know, Amazon's pissed that we don't have our 10 panic bar gates in right now. You need to be working on that. Well, in all reality, I could be messing up Jacob's schedule saying that because he's already got a plan in place. Well, Chad's our field operations director. And he's like, okay, no. I've already told them to do this and do this, right? So compartmentalizing what you own in the business, right? And directing people to the right areas, you know, which is, it's such a simple solution and simple mindset, right? But it's so easy when you, especially you got a lot of, I would say a lot of chiefs, you know, even though, you know, Jacob and I, you know, run the business and do different things like that. It's easy for other people to come to us or try to escalate something different, right? So I completely restructured my org chart, and I have my org chart posted in the office. And so if anybody has a question, people get hired in, or we do anything like that, they can go right to the org chart and see, okay, Shane owns all of this and embodies all these people, right? Chad owns this and all these people. Jacob owns this, right? And then, you know, we have our board of directors meeting monthly, and we say, okay, what's going good? What's going bad? Who needs to own what? I used to do all the HR stuff and this and that, and on top of sales and whatever. But I didn't have enough time to manage the sales team, you know. But Jacob was like managing the sales team and getting the crews out and doing this material ordering, and Chad was running in the field and handling customer complaints and this, that, and the other. It's like, well, are we all really doing what we're good at and focusing on that and perfecting it? You know,
is everybody being used efficiently at that point? Is everybody is everybody doing the right jobs? Absolutely.
Yeah. And then once you build out that org chart and you put it on the wall, you know, you don't necessarily have to assign names to it at first. It's fill in the gaps with the name once you have everything out there, right? And then you may say, you know what, this guy is doing 50 things right now. I may need to hire another office team member because I get 50, 60, 100 calls a day, right? So now Josh, who's doing internal bidding, may not be able to take all these calls that I pay X amount of dollars to make that phone ring, right? And so there may be a lapse in this. So, you know, that's been a big game changer. And you know, Josh Glover, he's my business coach, and he just flew up here a couple weeks ago, something like that, 2 weeks ago, whatever, and spent 2 days full time with us. And helped us kind of focus on a lot of that stuff, right? You know, Josh is twice the size of us. And you know, in all reality, since he started Mr. Fence of Florida, in about the same time frame, you know, we're going year 4 into 5. He's like, I think maybe year 3 going into 4. But it's like, okay, how do we think long term, right? You know, a good friend of mine, Robert Whitaker, Purple Coaching Consulting. Heck, when I got stuck in Dallas, you know, I got to spend a lot of time with his team down there. And it just so happened that I ended up turning purple for 2 days. But you know, I get to see, you know, how their team's doing, how they're building things, you know, what more could we add to the business, you know? So I think just having, you know, kind of all those conversations, really, you know what you need to do. But it's actually taking action on it, compartmentalizing, focusing on what you're good at, right? And then those areas of the business are, you know, they're going to succeed. So I think that's been our biggest click recently, is doing a lot of that stuff. It's easy to go out and run leads and build relationships and you know, run the big commercial jobs and be smart about all that stuff. But it's like, is my business structured to handle those or handle the change? You know, so on and so forth. So it's been doing a lot of this back end work that, you know, it's easy to get caught in the turn of, hey, we got to go, do, boom, boom, boom. Now we're wore out. Okay. No, now it's the weekend, right?
No, absolutely. Yes, sir. That right. You just described that beautifully. Oh man, absolutely. I'm not going to dive into it, but that is, yeah, I'm with you on that. The systems and processes, man, it bit us in the ass today, as a matter of fact. It really did. Just simply because the one email did not get verified.
And not just that, man, your mic is too loud. But Man, we should have built those boxes at the shop. That was a
Yeah.
bad choice. That was a bad choice. We wasted an hour.
Yeah, that was well, not even
Full
that
hour.
because so I sent an email, so I sent a purchase order to Halco, and I sent it through Job Nimbus. You know, you can make POs and send an email them off direct, and so did that. They replied back with a question. I answered the question and said yes, go ahead with this, and it replied back to the Job Nimbus account through us, not to them. So they never got that email. And after I hit send at 8:23 yesterday morning, it was gone. Like that, it was no longer on the to-do list. It was done. It was it was verified to me. I said absolutely. I said go, but because I didn't ever go back and check to see if they sent me the confirmation email with everything, you know, I never went back to check. I got so busy, tied up in the day.
Yeah.
And
you like greeted me this morning and you were like, Alco didn't take money out of our account.
yeah, there's no payment. I said,
I
no
don't
payments.
think that they have our order process. And I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's a 7:30. I called them. They're like, no, we don't have anything. It's like, damn it.
Job? What
That's a-
job? Yeah.
Yeah. So just right then, because there was not a system and process in place. I mean, it was a F up on my end. At the end of the day, it was what it was. I had to burn 3 hours, 45 minutes to Mobile, wait, get loaded. It was fun though. I got to hang out with with Eric Boynton and another guy. So it was actually a good time. But then another drive back, and it was a total day wasted. You know what I mean? It was,
Yeah.
and it's so hard to be productive in other things when you're driving as well. Like you can only, you only do so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%
How
right.
you
So I
like that
always
little
say-
microphone over there?
I'm digging this little microphone much better than that.
Yeah. You like that one better than that?
It's so much better too.
got the Bob Barker going on.
He does, man. He does. That's the
Come on.
that's the Finch show like stuff. We're gonna be walking around with microphones and cameras hooked to us. It's gonna be a great time. But
Thank you.
The price is wrong, bitch. Happy Gilmore.
tell him. All right. So we're gonna jump straight into topic 2, and that's gonna be proper planning and knowing when to pull the trigger to have another crew on the road.
Yeah.
And you know, this is a mistake that we've made before. Not really a mistake, but
It
we
was a
just
mistake.
we just didn't plan for it enough.
So putting another crew on, how many crews do you guys have now, Miss Shane?
We got 6.
So you have 6 crews. So what is that? What was that point wherever you're like, when do you decide, you and your team, when do y'all decide to put another crew on the road? Is there a certain dollar amount that, or, you know, is it when you're getting so far booked out, you know, on a company your scale versus us is totally different than what we need, you know, to go out versus you guys. I mean, what would you say would be, if you were guys to go number 7, what would it take to do that?
Well, I'm in the process of doing that right now, or maybe another one on top of that. It's a fine line balance of, you know, how much money does your business need to make to sustain, right, and then grow at the same time. Then it's how many jobs are we selling? You know, can our crew production, you know, match or beat that? You know, or what's going on, right? And then, like I said, it kind of goes over the crew production. It's like, okay, how fast are we installing the jobs? How much work do we need, right? And same thing kind of goes with salespeople. It's like, at what point do I need to hire a salesperson? You know, okay, well, it's now my crews are outworking my sales, which means I need to up my marketing, add another salesperson on the road, tackle this, do that, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a specific dollar amount. It's a per business dollar amount, right?
Right.
Like if I know I got to keep the lights on here, everybody gets paid here, but I want to grow here, then I say, okay, I mean, I always say it's chess, not checkers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Constantly moving the parts. You know, very similar to when, you know, we had first reincorporated in the business. I left, you know, Walmart.com at the time. I was like, I don't know anything about fence, but I can run the shit out of some leads, and I can sell the shit out of the fence. And so once we started doing, I'm like, oh my God, our schedule is like 12 weeks out. Nobody's going to buy anything now. So now we got to add more people on the road to produce, you know? So you want to hit that sweet spot of, okay, I never want to be more than, 4 to 6 weeks out, at any given point in time. So once I start doing that, then it's okay. Do I scale my marketing back, run my leads that I have more efficiently and effectively and sell them at a higher margin? Or I say, okay, now I'm consistently selling these nonstop all day long. I can't maintain the production. Now I have to hire another crew, which is kind of where we're at right now. We got a lot of leads. I got, technically with me out there, we got 4 people selling fence at any given time. We got to be able to do that and hit those marks, but I got the marketing, got the website, got the, the teams in place for that to where, knock on wood, but our phone consistently rings all the time. We get a lot of word of mouth referrals, and stuff like that, and repetition, and general contractors that say jump, and we say how high as we're installing the fence and wherever. I mean, I'm sending a crew and a half to Hazard, Kentucky tomorrow.
Nice.
To work on, and that's down in other people's territory, but wherever they say, we say, hey, as long as it makes sense for you, me, and our businesses, we're always going to be there, right? Same thing with temporary fencing. I got like 20 miles of that in our inventory. We got to be able to move and shake to where if somebody calls me right now, I have the flexibility and the capacity to say, yeah, I can put 2,000 feet up. Give me 45 minutes and we'll be out there, which has happened before at 10 o'clock on a Friday.
No shit.
Oh yeah,
that's impressive. That's impressive. Hats off to you on that, man. I got a lot of echo from your little wireless mic over there.
You want me to go? No. Do you want me to go back to the other one?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
please
turn it off.
But,
I didn't like it though.
But yeah, so that's where we're at is, we're balancing the sales act, we're balancing the income and marketing act, right? I'm at a point now where it's like, and I see Colin's in the room here. Shout out Colin, Team Good Shepherd Midwest. Now I'm at a point now where my front end office guy, who we've taught to bid work and do all this other stuff, he's inundated with his job. So now it's like, okay, now I need to add more overhead to the job or to the company, right? So now how do I, keep up for that overhead and then some? It's okay, now I need to hire crews. I got home this evening. I had 4 interviews with fence guys here in town, and I got 3 interviews tomorrow with guys that are stellar. And then they call me back like, yo, I got like another 4 guys that are interested. They've been wanting to join. They didn't want to leave their company. They didn't know a lot about you. Now that I've talked, so I think we're in a good spot with all of that. But like I said, it's like a 5-tier balancing act between the marketing, the sales, the follow-up, the overhead, the what we need to produce to get it done. And we're in a good spot. We got a great team. As Charlie Sheen would say, we're a winning team. Hashtag winning. But exactly. I'm excited to see where we're going. We've made quite a dent in the industry and in the market, and for going on 5 years, which is crazy to say.
We're on that 5-year mark as well too. We're not quite as far as you are on that road, especially dollar amount of wise, but it is wild, especially with us in the no dig game, because now we're after a year and a half of just being devoted to this, we're finally kind of being sought off in our area as that company, as that company reached out to you for this. So like it's like you're saying, it's been 5 years. Like how is that even possible? How has this went by? Has it been 5 years already?
Yep.
It's
5 years fast.
But no, yeah, that's what about you guys? What's your answer?
Man, to be honest with you, if I had to go back and do it again from a year and a half ago, I would say we would have held off another month. We would have
before we put the second truck on.
Yeah. We would have held off another month. We would have captured more leads to make it. There is no other way around it than to put a second crew on the road at that point.
Right, absolutely. And
we had the leads, but we had the leads to keep them going, but not like
we couldn't sustain it long term.
Yeah.
We just couldn't, and we were trying. Man, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And it was our first time putting another crew on the road. And at the time, man, we're booking out, 2.5, 3 months out, and it was just getting crazy busy. And so we decided to put another crew on the road, and then Man, I'm sorry. But
I mean, I guess that comes down to our freaking training is badass because, I mean, it wasn't a month and a half in, we were already caught up.
yeah. And
I
that
mean,
was the problem.
seriously,
Yeah, I
like,
mean, they did really well. I mean, it wasn't but a couple of weeks, and they were on their own, knocking out jobs, and that was the problem. Was you start getting where I was like the main sales at the time. I get caught up in other stuff, and sales drop, and that was like the biggest fault with that is to where really it's all about sales, man. Nothing goes wrong if you don't have sales moving.
right.
It's a
But yeah,
balance
no, that
act.
would be our answer. Yeah, man, it's a
really is.
balance act, man. We should have booked out a couple weeks longer and just just kind of like put our head down and went.
Honestly, though, we were doing solid, man.
We were doing solid, bro. We were doing solid,
I'm
but
not
like,
putting the blame on the eviction, but that eviction kicked our ass so bad. They kicked
I
our
mean,
ass so bad.
I mean, getting kicked out of that office place over a stupid ass disagreement was
dropping names.
no. I'm not dropping names. It was it was a dumbass disagreement, is what it was at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And
we had just ordered our second full truckload of pickets, man. We were starting some volume. We had sales flowing. I mean, we were doing a couple $100,000 a month. I mean, we were really just it was a lot of fun. Then we got that eviction, and we had to up and root everything almost over.
Took 3 weeks for us to move.
Yeah, in the mix of still trying to have installs and all that. But we had to get out of the office. We got out of the office space within 48 hours.
Yeah,
we got a couple of weeks to get stuff out of the yard.
Yeah, it was it was a hectic time last year, and I mean, it is what it is. Hindsight's 2020, but
definitely
moving a fence company. Yeah, that's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, definitely so, man. Then it's like, so we had to restart then, and then you crack in December, man, with my accident. We had to restart all over again another time, man.
Yeah,
it's been an absolute wild couple of years, and Billy and I has only been doing this together for 2.5, and you know what? For how much that you and I have built in the last 2.5 years, is absolutely astronomical.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah.
I mean, you think about it now, we have 2 wrapped trucks. Even if one's broke down, that doesn't matter. But my trucks, we got,
one might not have a motor working.
Hey, the other one runs like a freaking rape date, baby.
Yeah, it does, baby.
But like our trailer, our flatbed's paid off. You know what I mean? Like a lot of our stuff is paid and free. Where we're able to keep some of that, and that's where I'm glad that now in the recovery of my leg and what we're doing, we're able to focus more on things that we want to do more of. And that's kind of the direction that we're trying to rebuild this, in the wake of the accident, in the wake of pretty much starting all the way over again just this past January. Man, I tell you, I'm glad that we get to hang out and talk with people like you. That's why I'm glad we do this podcast, is because we get so much information from all of our guests who are, who have done more than us, who have gone further. And that's, anytime you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a bigger room.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love getting to hang out with you guys and all of our other great guests and stuff that we have on here, because you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And moving forward as we go into this year and rebuilding everything after the eviction from last year, my injury of last year, and all the dumb stuff that has plagued us, to finally kind of start seeing the light on the other side of that, man, I tell you, it's testimonial of the shit that breaks a fucking business. And the fact that we're still standing on the other side of all of it, growing a podcast. You just muted me.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Growing the fence business back up to its prior glory and beyond, growing this podcast, what it is, we've done a lot. We absolutely have. And with you guys, with everybody's help and all that, definitely moving forward, we can go. I know us and other people moving forward with more clear thought, clear minds, and better game plans at the end of the day. So there's a lot of distraction.
Are you hooked up? Is your microphone hooked up?
Dude, you hooked this thing up? I don't know.
Let me just mute mine real fast.
All right, well, mute yours because I can't. Nope. Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Microphone.
You hooked it up.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I can hear you off my microphone. But hey, man, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Shane, you got 1 minute and 30 seconds, 1 minute and 45 to stretch your legs. We'll be back, guys. We got to pay some bills.
National Metal Industries, a family-owned business for 70-plus years, has grown to be recognized for their ability to deliver on not just privacy slats for fence, but all types of fence products. National Metal Industries has all the hardware and tools to get the fence professional in and out of their job with the most ease possible. You can count on National Metal Industries for the most convenient resources in fence products. Visit nmifence.com for more information. As we like to say, you can always pick it right at National. Welcome to the Fence and Deck Agency, where we build fencing websites that homeowners and contractors love. We specialize in winning the trust of homeowners, and we do this by positioning you as the fencing experts in your service areas. We follow our proven framework, which we've branded as the ultimate Fence and Deck website blueprint, where we get homeowners to like, know, and trust you. Teaming up with the Fence and Deck Agency will help you dominate your local market, and we'll build a website you'll be proud of. The link to get started is in the podcast description.
Mr. Brian Frederickson. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our newest sponsor, the Fence and Deck Agency. They are an American-based website company. It's not something from foreign country. You can't talk to nobody. They're actually based out of San Diego, California. Like I said, if you're looking to have a brand new website done or have your website revamped up, you can contact them. They are also a full-on SEO service as well. So they can help guide you through all the processes and help you get everything that you need as far as for online marketing, Google SEO words, all of that. Click the link below. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Click the link below. When you hire them, you'll also get 2 free months of the SEO service on us. So give them a shout. The Fence and Deck Agency. The link is where's that?
In the podcast description.
In the podcast
below.
description. Sorry, I butchered that worse than you thought you would.
Yeah, no,
so sorry.
no. You're good. So I fixed your mic. It was on like a different setting.
It's weird. I can hear myself now.
Sound better.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you are like interested in having a website built, go check out the link below.
Much better.
You'll get 2 free months of SEO support with a website purchase, which is pretty freaking awesome, guys. I mean, at the end of the day,
I know now we don't now with the Gentry Farmhouse is different from the Gatekeepers podcast. But I remember we got on with our the agency who made our website and everything, and they launched the SEO support. We absolutely saw big returns in it.
Yeah.
They'll help keep you up there with Google listing and rankings, to where people in your area search your name or not even your name, but even just fences near me or fence contractors near me or stuff like that. They start hitting those pinpoint words that are on your stuff and in your local area, and they'll help coach you with making sure you have good content, make sure you get photos going, and da. So if you don't know about all that stuff, hit them up. They'll help coach you through it. They'll talk to you about it. And I tell you, that was one of the best things that we ever did, because before we got with our company, I did not realize as an owner, now mind you, this is only 2 years ago, and we've been in business for 5 years. I did not even know how big Google was in the aspect of business and relations and gigging the Google reviews versus Facebook reviews, because everything in the small realm of small business where you play at, the referrals and, hey, this guy over here and hey, this guy over here. Yeah, that's cool. That's Facebook. And that's all those Facebook reviews are good for. But whenever you really want to start growing and you really want to start expanding your reach in the areas of where you can start, to install
Absolutely.
more and do more, that's where the Facebook reviews and stuff are at that point. I'm not gonna say minuscule, but in the terms of what you need to start doing with Google and stuff of that nature, that's where it's at. So if you don't know about how SEO words work, and I'm not an IT guy, I can't tell you how it all works. That's why we pay somebody to do it. But still, nonetheless, hit up the Fence and Deck Agency if you're wanting to get a new website or get your website revamped. 2 months free when you go through our link. So hit them up.
yeah, absolutely. Well,
How about you? How's your SEO words? How's your SEO stuff going? That's so much a thing for
ours-
long SEO.
Exactly. Ours is solid. You know, I'm a .com global media guy. Sam and the team, they rock it out for us. We've been with them for, oh my gosh, probably 2-3 years now. Haven't looked back since. And you know what people say, website SEO, that's about 60-70% of your capture ratio. The other 30%, kind of like you said, working with a marketing agency, doing something like that, making sure they can maintain Google ads, doing all that stuff. Recently signed up with one where, I can, kind of flip a switch and say, hey, calls are a little low. Let's add a little bit of money to this. Let's do that. Right. And we can go up we can go up and down with that stuff. One of my big things is when I got into the fence business, I'm like, yeah, residential's fun and all, but like, give me the big commercial jobs, bigger checks, bigger dollars, right, bigger money, bigger winnings, right? Bigger headaches, bigger accounts receivables.
There's gonna be headaches and everything. You gotta choose your hard, man.
Bigger headaches.
You're either gonna deal with Miss Jones because you stepped on her damn roses, or you're gonna deal with this because you're a pallet short of concrete on this commercial job. Shit, there's gonna be some bull BS somewhere. Choose your hard.
Always. And so like that was one of my first, .com team, and I have a working Google Docs where I can constantly move what I want to switch, what I want to change, what my priority is. Okay, I want to switch this because I saw this, or well, shoot, we don't have that. We're constantly doing that. But my very first thing was, okay, build us a badass website. Number one. Number two, get me in the commercial space, because I'm like, I was like, the heavy hitters around here are not as heavy hitting anymore. They're older, they're old school, whatever that may be, right? So I'm like, I want to be that third bid that you get, when you're in a commercial thing. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's full send. And so next thing you know, I'm like, oh snap, phone's ringing off the hook on this. People see this, and then you do good work, and people talk and all that stuff. And then, then the networking and events and all that stuff come through. So, between all that stuff, I do all of our Facebook posting and all that stuff. And I'm in like, it's a kind of a joke at work, but I'm in like 45 chatters around town. So I can tell you what's going on in every community, almost every board stuff. But like, I post that stuff all the time. Sometimes they block me because I post too much, but that's okay. The SEO
can't post too much in today's world, man. I tell you, we getting into HOAs and getting into neighborhoods and stuff like that. I got permission from this last HOA neighborhood that we were in, and for us to post on their page. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, we are here we are here at the corner of this. We're here at this corner lot. This is us. This is who we are. We did a live video. We posted it to them as well. And we're like, hey, we're out here in your neighborhood. We're doing this driven fence system for this no dig white vinyl. I know you guys have a lot of bad vinyl in the area because the perimeter of this neighborhood the vinyl is horrible. Like, it's horrible. It's one of the worst you've ever seen. And so now everybody in that neighborhood now thinks that that the vinyl's the worst thing ever. And so we just doing that extra little thing on Facebook, with that, we ended up securing another 30 grand worth of sales just by doing that one, just by hitting we got two more neighbors off that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, right?
Okay. Breaking the seal.
Yeah. There you went. But no, I mean, I would say ours is pretty strong, because I want people, when they think fence, they think Good Shepherd. I want to live rent free in the back of people's minds. You said, the trucks and stuff like that. All of my trucks are red chrome. So I mean, you can't miss me around town. I get texts from people all the time saying, oh, hey, saw a truck, saw this, saw whatever.
Vehicle wrapping was a great thing too.
The guys' gear, everything we wear, how we represent ourselves, but it all goes back to the website, the SEO, creating relationships, doing all that stuff, having a good presence. You want people to be impressed when they go on the website. You don't want to look like you're logging into like an old school AOL email. Nothing works, nothing functions properly. It's it only says Good Shepherd Fence Company and one photo of a stock image off Google, and you're running off a Yahoo email or a Gmail
Hey,
or anything
now,
like that.
now with y'all's name, the Good Shepherd Fence Company, that. So one thing that I struggle with is the name of our business. Now, this is an internal owner thing, damn, we've had this name for 5 years. It's kind of hard to get rid of it now. Do I really love this? This is what I want, because our name of the fencing business is Gentry Farmhouse. No, and nothing about that screams anything fence, So we've changed up a little bit, with Gentry Farmhouse, a fence installation and sales and different stuff like that. Play with different ways we want to word it. But have you ever had any issues with now obviously yours is the Good Shepherd Fence Company, but then Joe Blow's Fencing or like us, High Steel Fencing, that's a great name. They're a great competitor. Superior Fence and Rail. Like, do you ever have any issues with your name and with people doing a correlation, or have you always had pretty good luck with it?
Because Chad ran the business from 96 to 05, we already we already had that name that was established, and people knew what was up. I'm sure if I was a new business and I just threw something out there, it'd take a minute to get that traction going.
Oh, yeah.
But thankfully we had that. It was just, okay, this is round 2. How do we do it leaner, meaner, stronger, faster, make more money, do whatever that is, right? Be smarter, have the people, processes, and plans in place, and everything like that. But sometimes
you go. No, you go.
I was gonna say sometimes we get knocked on it occasionally. Like I said, we do a lot of temp fence. I do a lot of festivals. I do a lot of things for the city, for communities. I did the Gay Pride Festival the other day. It was like 6,000 feet of temp fence downtown Indy.
Bro, that check is still green. That money's still green, man.
Did I catch a little slack for it? Yes. Did we get a lot of jobs and calls from it? 1,000%. They just canned national that have been doing it. We got the new 5-year contract with them.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And once they kind of see our level of service and stuff like that, right? That's about it. But we're not here slapping people in the face with Bibles. We're not doing this. We're doing that. It's about the moral compass.
Slapping people in the face with Bibles.
How we run our business, how we train our team. Once you hear your family mentality, and to where, I've my crew just goes above and beyond all the time. One time last year, crew came in and like handed me their fire extinguisher from the truck. They're like, "Yo, I need a new one," and I'm like, "What? Why? Why'd you use it?" And they're like, "Well, there was a car that was on fire. First responders weren't there on the side of the road. It was like a grandma and her daughter, something like that. And we just pulled over, we put the fire out, and we kept rolling to the job, and we got the job done." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
That's awesome.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you didn't tell anybody or whatever? Like, did you get a picture of it? Like, what happened? So it's just kind of that mentality, that we
Helper didn't video. What the hell, man? Shit.
All right.
Yeah, right. It'd been good marketing. No. But it's just that above and beyond mentality. But I don't think we've ever got any slack that's hurt us. Exactly. But I don't think we've ever got any slack for ours. So if we are, nobody's told me. So we'll keep it.
So I want to handle something that you said just a minute ago. Scaling and growing pains, man. With having 6 crews, how is that with training all the guys? Do you have like a dedicated training? Hey, you're gonna go work with this guy. He's gonna work you for 2-3 weeks, and you go to this guy. How do you guys do it, man? Because our way of training is actually pretty awesome, because we've got the one and only Mr. Billy Grove.
They all come through me,
and so we get to. That's one of my favorite things, and that stems from working offshore. I love breaking in rookies, just straight up greenhorns. But that's what would you find? How's your training go, man?
I would say with new hires, the first couple days they're at the shop all day long, and it's working with my yard materials manager. It's working with my welding assistant, and those guys kind of seeing, number one, where's the shitter at, where's the coffee at, all the way down to what's in the yard? Where's everything placed at? You know, how do we organize? How do we stage? You know, what are opportunities here? You know, do you have any ideas? You know, because we love listening to everybody. You know, everybody's got good ideas, right? You know, but so that's the first couple days of the, you know, training. Then it's okay. I'm going to slot you with crew number 1 week, you know, and then crew number 2 the next week, and you know, kind of work you around the horn, if you know what I'm saying, to where it's they're interviewing our teams and we're interviewing them while on the job site. What do you know? For the most part, every crew does everything systematically. You know, if we go build 6 jobs side by side, you can't tell the difference between the two. Other, right? But some guys may do something a little bit faster than the other. This guy has a trick up his sleeve that maybe this guy forgot to tell him, you know? So, you know, we kind of do that. We sprinkle them out there. And even, for example, some crews that I have now, they can, I mean, what did we do? Like 70, there's like 80 sections in like a day and a half or something like that of vinyl. And I put like 2 crews on it. Nice. Just so like this other crew that was not as proficient on vinyl and this other team, they can smoke the doors off anybody. They could come together as a team, and maybe some of their co-foreman installers don't know as much, right? But everybody comes together and they bang it out. We got it done in under the quoted man hours too, which was great, right? But anytime we can team up on jobs and do that stuff and have learning opportunities, I think it's great. You know, we even host trainings up here in Indianapolis, right? Like I bring other fence companies to my job site. And I say, look how we do things, how we install, our speed, our agility, the tools that we use, what we have on our trucks, right? How are we going to be proficient and efficient? You know, I've sent guys out to training before, you know, whatever that is, right? I take my team to Fence Techs, to the fence show, all that stuff, you know. I want to make sure that they embody the industry just as much as we do. And it's not just Mary Jane's Fence down the road or a fence for Netflix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which are all good, but you know how much extra is out there. So like Nashville, I took 9, 10, almost took like a third of our team down there. You know, and I want them to go look at the tools. I want them to sit in the Fence Workers Association classes. I want them to talk to other fencers and do that stuff, right? That itself right there is a whole nother level of training. And now it's like, okay, every day we debrief. We say, what do we see? What did we learn? What classes did you like? What tools do we need to buy, right? Is there something out there? Am I using the wrong hand diggers or, you know, whatever that may be? Do I got the wrong, I mean, I don't know, you know, do I got the wrong post drivers on the truck? You know, we're US Hammer. You know, I want you guys to go bend, break, twist, talk to these people, you know, get ideas from folks, right? Because, you know, the thing is, you know, we all grow together. So that's a whole nother form of training that I have the guys do as well. But yeah, when you're new blood with us, we give you the round robin effect. We keep you in the shop. Everybody sniffs everybody out. We see, you know, what's going on. You know, we want to make sure that if we see a proficiency gap in that knowledge, that skill, that ability, that the team can come together and we can figure out a game plan to fill that gap, right? So, absolutely. I mean, I've hired in people before that have, you know, only done residential fence. That's what they've all done. They've probably done like 3 chain link fences in their life. Well, I'm like, well, I got a 6,000 foot chain link job coming up next week around a facility, and you're on that job. You know, I've done, you know, thousands of feet of netting before, and I threw a new hire on with another guy on my team that's done netting in the past, but not like to the style that we did on this one. But I'm like, yo, noob, foreman, like you, this crew, you're both teaming up so we can all learn together, right? Yeah. And then now they're like, throw me whatever you want. So, you know, we're blessed to have a Swiss Army knife of installers to where it's guardrail in the morning, shadow box in the afternoon, and running bollards or chain link in the evening, you know, whatever that may need to be. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I get some fence installers are like, dude, I want to learn how to weld. I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to do that. I'm like, okay, you know, talk to my weld manager, talk to the weld assistant, and see where you can jump in on their schedule at. You know, you want to come in on a rain day and practice your welding and stuff like that, do it. You know, that's an extra opportunity for you. You know, knowledge is power, all that stuff. It's more money, right? So now you can do these other things to where, okay, well, I'll throw a field welder on your truck. And if something's out in the field going on, then you can handle it,
Boom.
you know?
That could be a whole nother market opportunity right there. There's a lot of field welding, especially get him to learn something, you know, get him to really learn how he can, you know, get how they do that. And then, you know, farm fencing, that'd be a whole nother opportunity right there. They'll have the welded pipe and stuff they do out there. That's,
yeah.
Dude, the sky's the limit, man, when you put the right people in the right place. And that's where, you know, Billy and I are such a solid team, you know, because he can lead the charge in the field and make sure that he can install anything. And to where, you know, me on the sales side of things, most of the time, you know, it's really, you talk about, it's a solid team. We have Destin on our team now, and he's a great, you know, addition that we have. You know, I'm excited to continue growing as continue growing back into our stuff, you know, getting back into having more people and having more crews and having more stuff, you know, having more jobs going. Cause like I said, we're down, it's really just the three of us right now. We have a part-time office lady, Miss Danny, that helps us out, but you know, like we're in the legit rebuilding phase of our business after everything. And, absolutely. So that's, man, I love talking. I love talking, man. You're definitely motivated. I'm not sure if you're motivating our listeners, but I know you're definitely motivating me to always want to do better.
Oh yeah. And I just saw down here in the comments, Orlando Hinge Company, which are badass hinges, by the way. If you haven't seen it,
Badass fucking hinges, bro. Have you used them yet?
I haven't yet, but
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, they're freaking cool.
I need
Bro,
to.
one finger. I'm not shitting you. One finger to open something that was dragging the ground. Like
Yeah.
I had to pick it up and like open it. In one finger, I was able to open it.
Nothing worse than having a Jimmy the Gate.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And like it's where they wanted it. It was an uphill swing, and
Yeah.
we put that hinge on, and dude, it was one finger, bro. It was badass.
It's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
but he's 100% right, and that's something that I do. You know, is before you sell fence for me, you go out and install for a week, and you install every style of fence that we do. You know,
Yep.
you learn the crews, you gain that camaraderie and the trust, right? But also the knowledge of bidding a job and installing. You got to be able to connect the two. You know. I want you to see how we drive posts. I want you to see how we set these bollards. I want you to see it. So when it comes to, you know, here's an example, right? When I was down at Roberts at Magnolia Fence and Patio, I've never welded a day in my life. I can hire a welder. I know what good welding looks like, right? I thought I could probably be good at it, but we were all in a meeting doing all this other stuff, right? We're like, you know, Rob's like, yo, let's do a brain break. You know, some of his new sales guys have never welded either. And we went out and we tried to weld. You know, Robert slammed down a bead. You know, if you're friends with him on his Facebook page, he kind of cheated me because there was 3 different people welded in one string. I was the bottom one, but they all were rough as hell and they wouldn't withstand any pressure. But it creates a newfound appreciation, right?
Absolutely.
But also
And
an understanding. You know,
well, it also having a salesperson out there to, you know, having them out there first, and it also helps manage expectations. You know, you go out there promising, you know, the world, and you go, oh yeah, we can do 200 feet a day, da, da, da. But what you didn't know, it was 200 foot of something stupid that's going to take an ungodly amount of time, or there's roots, or there's trees, or there was this, or there was that you didn't even bother to talk about because you're just wanting to get a sale. Because at the, you know, so you've got to, I think it's great because it helps manage expectations. It gets them out there, gets them knowing the product, you know, the policies and procedures that they have as a salesperson, you know, that the crew have their policies and procedures, and a good salesperson needs to know how to do both. That way you can educate your client on your ways that why is this superior? Why is it a better way of doing it this way? Because that X, Y, Z, and you know it, you're fluent in that language.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Newfound respect across the board, you know. Same with our install guys. If they want to learn to sell jobs, like I'll give you polos. I'll teach you how to do it, right? Run stuff on the weekends. Do that, right? Be that Swiss Army knife. So We
Yep.
open the doors for process paths anywhere and training anywhere.
That's cool, man.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
We I'm trying because I want to hire more salespeople, and so I'm in the process now. I've started my a note journal on it of everything that I would want, all the information I would want my customer to know. You know, if I cannot, guys, that's kind of the hindrance that we have. Or remember, I was talking about the name thing, right? Is, Gentry Farmhouse, that's so tied to me that if we're going to grow, I've got to separate myself from that. And so, well, if I can't sell these jobs, what would I want this salesperson to tell them? And so I've been working on notes and stuff like that to where I can try to give one of my future, salespeople, a solid script to go by, questions, rebuttals, just solid things to where you're not just going in there blind. You have a full arsenal of different things that you can talk about, different, oh, hey, if somebody says this, you proxy it with this, answer a question, just it's hard to teach sales, and it's hard to, if you don't have it, you don't have it. Anybody can be book smart and can know, mathematical equations, all that. But if you can't dumb it down and explain it to it on an infant level to somebody who's never known about it, then, if you don't have that communication, then you're going to teach you so much. But at least if I can give a blueprint, a solid layout and design of the common questions asked, common rebuttals, key topic points and stuff like that, where I could, confidently send somebody out to do what we, to sell for us, because we do want to be to a higher standard and stuff. So that's something I'm working on for our future salespeople.
And with that, we're gonna get on our last final topic, like having back end support during growth. And I'm talking about having office workers, having somebody that can answer the phone.
Yeah.
And that's their only job, or having somebody that does the material orders and who is fluent in
sorry, go ahead.
Like who is fluent in all of the fence parts and all of that stuff. And
that's a hard job to teach too. Well, especially trying to teach somebody all the nuts and bolts and things of chain link, man, hell. If you don't have that written down or to automatically populate or have a cheat sheet, then that's to try to teach this, teach somebody that part, that's a pain in the ass, going through all that stuff. But I tell you, that was a very interesting transitionary period from going from answering all the calls to having somebody answer them for you and then relaying the messages. And there's certain times I absolutely hate it, and there's certain times I absolutely love it. And there's in certain information. Oh, this person called about this. Well, did you ask him that? It's like, well, no. How that? It's like, you can't assume. That's one thing I've learned. You cannot assume anything if it's not in black and white.
Not just that, but you can't like auto populate questions in someone's head.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Someone's head. Like if they're not like, tried and true at the operation, like it's gonna be pretty much Chinese to them.
Oh.
They're just gonna ask the basic questions: name, address, location, boom.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you guys do about that? Like, as you grow, do you add more office people as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think I briefly touched on it earlier, but like right now, I'm needing to hire a full-time, I guess you would term it, receptionist. I call it customer experience, representative, because that first interaction is going to set the tone of how everything else is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an office manager / customer experience rep in that role. Like I said, taught him how to bid, taught him how to sell, taught him to do this stuff right. Now the dude, smacks down from the desk, over 6 figures a month. And I'm like, wow, he can't keep up with his day to day, which is answering the phones, making sure this, data entry, CRM management, whatever that may be, escalations, putting them to the right people in the right places. So now I'm like, okay, kind of goes back to that chess game. Okay, now I need to hire another office person to support this, which is going to help us capture more leads on top of what we already got, right? And take better care and service of our clients, whether future or current or past, whatever that may be. So we got a good chunk of people in the office now. You got myself and Jacob that run the day-to-day of the business and the sales, and Jacob does all the material ordering and different things like that, right? I got Josh, got Colin, Got the wholesale side of the business with the Kara's rocking, and her and Colin partner up on that. And they do a phenomenal job. But now it's like, okay, I need to make sure that phone does not go unanswered every time. I remember early on when we first started, like we would win jobs just because we answered the phone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You were the first person that answered a phone, and I have tried to call these people, Now it's, thankfully we're one of the first calls they make, but it's like, what would you do as a client, me, if I'm trying to call these people and they don't answer the phone? I'm just going to go right down the next one, right
down that line. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because just as we consider our time as money, their time is money and it's precious with their family, or they don't have time to, call 15 people and wait for a call back or beg for this, right? And if we miss a call, our policy is, we're going to call you back, within the hour, and if we can't hit that SLA, that service length agreement, now we're breaking our trust, and we could be losing jobs, I know specifically, I've worked the front office before. I don't not do a job, I don't hire a job and not know how to do it. So I know what it takes, and I've answered those calls and I've won those jobs because of that. Right. So, like right now I got to beef up the front office end. So it's, how do we, and I, shout out to everybody that's been in that role prior. They've all put job training, I would say protocols in place, standard operating procedures, SOPs, as I would say. Okay. And so now it's just kind of here's your SOPs, here's your training guide, here's your trainer, now the trainer's training the trainee, so on and so forth. Right. So it becomes a systematic approach. Even once we get new processes in place, I'm like, stop, Josh, take 10 minutes, write an SOP on it, send it over to me. If it makes sense. Boom. We're going to save it in the SOP category to where now if I hire somebody in, it's, where's that again? What do I click in this? What do I do in that? Literally we're screenshotting stuff. We're dropping arrows. We're typing up those SOPs where, it's a smooth transition. But we're at a point where we need to add more people to the office. Customer success and customer experience is extremely busy. We talked about thinking on down the line and how we should be operating as a $10 million, $15 million organization. We look at a lot of these big businesses, not saying fence, but, or it could be, big business and fence, they got a lot of people that, handle those things. There's people that are built strictly for customer success. I know a lot of people in the tech world, they're customer success managers. What do? They manage the success of the client, whether it's getting in touch, liaisoning this, scheduling this, getting an estimate here, numbers here, whatever that is. Right. So it's time for us to add to overhead. So what do we got to do? We got to build more. We got to keep selling more. But we got to answer that damn phone every time. So
absolutely,
you can't win. If you can't, they can't talk to you. You can't win sales. It's simple.
There we go.
That's right,
man.
That's right.
The man, we've been plagued with phone issues with our stuff. Man, we try to get a new system to where it was just to kind of monitor it a little bit, to kind of filter out a lot of the spam calls. Hey, thank you for calling to your farmhouse. Please press 1 for so and so, press 2. And man, it's had so many bugs ever since we got it that it's a constant battle keeping the modern. There's times I wish it was simple. Just, hey, come to my cell phone and we'll do it like that. But between the spam calls and then trying to get everybody else together, it's having that the push to talk is very nice. Press 1 for the front office, press 2 for so and so. I definitely did like it whenever we went up to that. I just wish there was less bugs in the system.
Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, I just switched a lot of systems over. I do have the call, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, whatever. I just signed up with another company that's going to kind of partner up with that, and it's the old dial back. So while you're on hold, listen to this marketing, listen to this, listen to that, right? Or if we're out of office, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, boom, boom, boom. These are ours, this, that, and the other, right? I think that's important. It's a lot better than an elevator tone. Because I hate personally being on hold, kind of like I hate waiting in line for things. It's a personal thing, but Yeah. At least if I'm going to be on hold, damn it, give me something informative. Teach me
Yeah,
something.
right.
I don't
right.
Now you say that now. Now back in, I remember they first put TVs on gas pumps and everybody was pissed off. Like, damn it, they got me watching TV at the gas pump. I done overfilled my tank.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you get to who's talking to me? Oh, that's an ad for that. Oh shit.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So kind of that living rent free and providing more information that they may not have known. Hey, we just won this award. We just won this. Yeah, we're over 300 reviews on Google. Go check us out. Go read some of our most recent reviews and our amazing clients. Office is open this. We install fence like this, right?
You talk about little wins. We on the Gentry Farmhouse page, we hit over 1,000 followers on Facebook.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
That was a long time ago.
That was 2 days ago. 3 days
That
ago.
was an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Doesn't
Weekly wins.
Oh,
You late.
doesn't matter. Just thought of it.
You
Leave
late
me
to the
alone.
party.
He made me think of it.
But
we opted to skip.
yeah, guys, we have been talking, and we have not hit some of the comments. We got a lot of comments over here.
JC Goodry, we opted to skip the automated system. We try to answer the phone by the third ring. So with our new system that we got, in the event, let's say press 1 for the front office. If for some reason nobody's here, because we were very limited on staff. If no one's here to answer, that phone is set up to where on the third ring it proxies over to either my cell phone or Danny, our office lady's cell phone, because she does work remote from home often as well too. So we do have that where it helps out. By third ring, it will send it over there when it works. But damn Verizon.
Absolutely. We're gonna get to some more comments. Chance Roy says, Billy Grove, congrats on the teaching gig at the fence show. Susan, I didn't know that you told anybody about that yet.
You are the ambassador. Like you're gonna be out there teaching.
No. Like I'm actually gonna be doing like some classroom stuff.
Mofo, you ain't
You
told
and
me
me
that.
both, man. You and me both. Let's get it.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold the phone. You ain't told me none of this. What you doing?
I don't know yet.
Man.
I agreed to something. I don't know what I agreed to, but I'm excited. I can't believe
That's
I
what's
told
up.
somebody though, Susan. God, I'm not even ready for it yet. Like I gotta put
That's
myself
funny.
up for it. But yeah, so here we go. We got Mary Kinda Cobb. This is JC Gurry. This is the wife, right?
The
okay.
CEO, the boss
CEO.
lady.
Yes.
Hi,
the
Miss
boss lady.
Mary.
Love your info, Shane. Absolutely love your info, bro. You have some great stuff, great content. Mike Levy says, taking 9 people, you're definitely a good shepherd. And guys, that speaks mountains to how good of a culture Shane has over there at Good Shepherd Fence Company. If you're taking 9 people to a fence show, whether it be Las Vegas or Nashville, that's a lot of money.
Man, more power
Guys,
to you. That's
he
awesome.
is investing in his investment. So,
That's right. That's right. The whole team is going in 2026. AFA's coming to Indianapolis. So that's going to be a fun show. So I don't have as many people as like Rio Grande and Ranch Fence and all them boys, but it's going to be a sea of fishes running around in Indianapolis 2026.
There we go. There we go.
That's going to be fun. We'll have to make, you said 2026?
2026,
Yeah,
so 2 years.
This coming year is Salt Lake City, and I think they're about ready to be putting a post out. But it's been out there publicly now. It's coming back to Indianapolis, Crossroads of America, baby.
Hell yeah,
Man,
brother.
Well, count us in, man. Reserve a night for us, brother.
Well, we've already posted all the rest of the comments. Mr. Shane, you want to leave us with any closing thoughts?
Man, closing thoughts. Well, I have a PowerPoint here. I'm going to go over. No, I'm just kidding. No,
yeah?
I mean,
let's get to it.
Keep building your culture, train your people, talk to people you've never talked to in the fence industry. Like I said, just this week alone, I've talked to like 4 or 5 fence guys that other fence guys have connected with me. It's like, hey, what do you do here? I'm growing here. I got these bottlenecks here. And me vice versa. I reach out to people all the time. I'm like, yo, what would you do here? I mean, Josh Glover was in the comments earlier, and I'm like, bruh, what would you do in this situation, or what's your policy on this? I need to switch this over, right? Don't reinvent the wheel. You know,
Keep it
it's
simple, stupid.
fence is a fence, just like I used to say in the .com industry. It's a box, right? We can figure this out, or whatever that is, right? Take a deep breath. And you know, Alan Edwards, Allen County Fence is here in the comments. Him and I talk. We try to talk weekly. He's up in Fort Wayne, and he's been fencing for, you know, gosh knows how many years. But the guy's full of knowledge. You know, when it comes to business, when it comes to install, you know, especially in the chain link department, we talk a lot. You know, it could be personal stuff, it could be business stuff, right? But
Absolutely.
have other have other soundboards out there, you know. Have the people, the processes in place, and don't think about your business, what we're doing this year. Think, how are we set up to handle the next 5 years? How are we set up to handle the next 10, right? Do we got the right people in the right places, or is this a $1 million employee or a $5 million employee? You know,
Right.
You know, and like Mike said, you know, invest in your team. Sometimes it takes a little money. Sometimes it takes time off from the jobs. I mean, just so happens to be, we just scheduled our quarterly team member event. So I kind of took that from the corporate world. We work long, hard hours. We got to let our hair down once in a while, you know? So we're all letting our hair down on Friday the 16th. And we're going to go out. We're going to do some professional go-kart racing. So
woo, that sounds fun as shit.
It just so happened to be that one of my like second, third cousins, who knows, twice removed or whatever.
Third cousin.
Yeah. Twice removed. We still talk to him, but he's whatever. Now he's married to an IndyCar driver, or former, and Sarah Fisher, and they bought a raceway track on the south side. We did like 3,000 foot of chain link for him, and like 14 gates, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, dude, we should totally have an event down here. And he's like, well, yeah, that's what the suite's for, and that's what this is for. And they're actually busting out trophies for us that we get to keep. They're custom making them, fastest time, most wins, all this other stuff, right? So we always got to have a little bit of a competitive thing going on. So everybody's got to sign some real waivers on this one, because you're full flame retarded suits and all kinds of stuff. So
that's what's up.
It's gonna be fun. But I mean, that's another form of investing, you know. I think that's extremely important. You want your business to grow. You want your people to stay with you. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time to recruit people, and it's a lot of money when somebody leaves, you know. But obviously we understand that, but we want to prepare for that. We want people to work for us, right? I want people to knock at my door every day and say, I want to work for you, you know. I think that's extremely key as we think into the future, how we're set up. We got the people, the processes in place, right? We got a plan. We're built. We're ready to go. And hey, I may not be able to hire you right now, but give me 60 days. Let us do this. Let's do that. And I'm gonna call you right back, brother. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my closing thoughts.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, Shane, I am so grateful that our co-hosting, our interview, whatever you want to call it, went way better than last time.
Absolutely.
I wasn't going to mention
got a little scared at the first whenever we couldn't hear you. I was like, no fucking shit. No way. There's no way this is happening again.
I was like, what did I do here? I'm like, oh, wait, it's on mute. That's on.
Okay, I was like, there's no way this is happening again. Like, no way. But yeah, man, we very much appreciate it. You are welcome on the show anytime, whenever you want to jump on. But like, with that said, sir, we are going to say goodnight because I'm hungry as shit.
I haven't eaten yet today. I ate a cookie.
Oh, well, I've eaten twice today, but that's what happens when you actually work outside, bro. You eat food. Like I eat.
I don't eat though. I only eat at night.
Oh my God, no, dude. I eat so much food during the day, dude. But like Mr. Shane, you have a wonderful rest of your night, sir. Thank you again for coming on the Gatekeepers podcast.
It has been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Full of knowledge, man.
Absolutely, awesome. Bro. Absolutely. Anytime you want to hop on, just give me a week's notice and we'll put you on, man. Thank you again. And guys, if you are in the Indianapolis area, go check out Good Shepherd Fence, Midwest Fence Supply. If you need a U.S. hammer, go get it from Midwest Fence Supply today.
There it is.
There we go.
Boom.
So, sir, you have yourself a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Appreciate you guys. Fence on.
Thank you, sir.
Man,
all right, man. That was a good show, bro. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, brother.
My damn mic was pissing me off half the night, but past that, I couldn't hear myself half the thing.
It was on condenser mic, and it wasn't on the Rode Pod mic setting. As soon as Robert Evers was like, check the levels, I was like, oh, it's on the wrong levels.
Yep.
It's on the wrong levels.
But hit record? Yeah, you hit record this time.
I hit record this time, guys. So all of my audio podcast listeners, I have to apologize to you for last week's audio podcast. It sucks ass. And that is my fault. 100% my fault. I forgot to hit the record button. I had to rip the audio off of StreamYard, and it was all sorts of mumbo jumbo. You have a 10-minute wait to hear us, guys. I'm sorry. I did hit record tonight. But with that said, shit happens, bro. Hey, man, go check out National Metal Industries. Go check out Mr. Fence Academy. Go check out the Fence and Deck Agency. Check the podcast description below for a link. You guys get 2 free months of SEO support when you sign up for a website, guys. Cannot beat that right there. That is a deal that is worth its weight in gold. Corey, you got any outros?
No,
we're about halfway through the outro. So,
where we don't see next week, have a safe 4th of July. Hope to catch everybody back next Tuesday, same time, 7:20 p.m. on Tuesday. Be there or be square. Gatekeepers out.
Let's get it, baby. Hey, y'all go check out our merch store, gatekeeperpodcast.com. We out, baby.